He's the Joint Commissioner of Traffic, Mumbai. Our Honorable Minister, I guess, is still on the way. So, Dr. Praveen Gadam, he's our Transport Commissioner. Sushmita Dalmia, she's the founder of Olive Theory, and she's partnering us for this initiative. Dinu Moria, nobody needs an introduction. You all know him very well. So is Pooja Bedi. We've been knowing her for such a long time. Thank you so much for coming in here and sparing time. I don't want to say much, but just a few lines on how we are partnering this initiative. We being an auto and lifestyle magazine, we aim to always raise awareness around road safety. And we are here actually to support the initiative which is currently being implemented by the Mumbai Traffic Police. They've been doing it quite often. So this time we took an opportunity again, while we keep doing it every year, to support them and bring this awareness to as many people as we can. Thank you so much. And I think, let me hand it over to you. And
sure.
So you want all of us to come up?
Yeah, could you just step forward?
So should I go down on stage?
Yeah, no, stay right here. Invite everyone on stage one by one. Right. So thank you so much, Mr. Vithu. Now, as he's already mentioned, our Honorable Minister will be here shortly, but Commissioner, Government of Maharashtra. Mr. Vithu, may I request you to kindly fill stage, sir, with a bouquet of flowers. Thank you so much, sir. A very warm welcome. You may please take your seat. I'd like to invite Mr. Milind Barambe, Joint Commissioner of Police Traffic. Mr. Dinu Moria, a very popular Bollywood actor and a supermodel. Very warm welcome, sir. Ms. Pooja Bedi, another popular TV actress, TV host, and a Bollywood actress. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Pooja Bedi.
Thank you.
Very warm welcome.
Thank you.
Mrs. Sushmita Dalmia, co-founder and director, olivetheory.com. Let's put our hands together for her as well. Very warm welcome, ma'am. Mr. Vithu, I would like you to also take a seat, please. Now, while we await Mr. Raute's, we would like to begin the proceedings of this conference. So may I start with Dr. Praveen Gadam to give your inputs, your insights about road safety and this campaign. The mic is right here, sir.
Good morning, everybody. Let us first get things clear. Road Safety Week doesn't mean that the issues of road safety are to be tackled for a week. It's just an event to sensitize that it's a 365 days, 24/7 activity which the government and the public, everybody has to be involved into. To share some figures, India is losing almost 1.5 lakh people every year due to deaths that is happening in roads accidents. And this is a fourth largest cause of death in the productive age group of 15 to 49 years. And it's come like a shock. Apart from mental agony to the family, it's one of the leading cause of loss of GDP and the economy that suffers because of this. And overall, if you consider, it's 8th or 9th leading cause of death. So let us be very clear, while we keep talking about other issues which also are obviously very important, be it deaths due to tobacco, smoking, or tuberculosis, or HIV AIDS, or malaria, this is a far more major cause of death which is absolutely avoidable. Now Maharashtra is number 3 as far as number of deaths are concerned, and number 2 as far as number of accidents are concerned. Even though the quality of road is improving, not I will not say as fast as it should have been, but it's improving definitely. A very disturbing trend is seen in last 3-4 years. As far as our state is concerned, the number of accidents have decreased to say 5 to 10%, and number of deaths have increased by 5 to 10%. So it means that number of fatal accidents are increasing, or fatalities for accidents are increasing. So the cause and effect relationship was studied. Detailed studies are there. It is well documented now that almost 3/4 of the deaths, they are not because of problems with vehicle or problem with road. It is because of problem with the driver. So basically the most important cause is overspeeding, and then obviously coupled with other issues like improper discipline, lane cutting, wrong side overtaking, and all that stuff. So this week we try to sensitize people. I believe most of us are aware of rules. It's not that rules are not known. When you start understanding the basics of society, even the small kid knows you have to walk from left side, and drive from left side, stop at red light, you have to wear a seat belt or helmet. But then we also see protests against helmets. That's very strange. Helmet अगर नहीं पहनते हैं तो प्रॉब्लम आपको ही होता है. I mean, most of the casualties on two-wheelers are because the helmet was not there. And this is such a simple thing that one can do. So I think we should take this opportunity to sensitize people that yes, you know the rules, most of the rules, but you have to basically implement them. It's more about a common civic sense rather than anything else. And I'm really thankful to celebrities like Dino and Miss Pooja Bedi. So they are taking their precious time out to come for this public cause and make people aware. And I'm also thankful to the organizers and of course to the media who is helping us in this cause of reaching out to the masses. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Gidam. Moving forward, may I request Mr. Milind Barambe to give your input and what initiatives are we taking towards this road safety?
Yeah, a very good morning. As Mr. Praveen said, most of us know about the laws of traffic. We are expected to know the traffic law when we get the driving license. Unfortunately, with time pressures and congestion on roads, I would say very many number of vehicles plying on the roads, quite a few of us tend to violate these traffic laws. Mumbai traffic is supposedly the best amongst all the metros in the country. Despite that, in absolute terms, there is a huge scope of improvement. For improving these traffic conditions, Mumbai Traffic Police has taken quite a few measures in the last year to streamline the traffic as much as possible and to instill better sense of discipline in the motorists as well as the pedestrians. Mumbai Traffic Police works day in and day out. Sun, rains, pollution, everyone acknowledges that. But for the small little negotiations that go on around the corner, so that issue also we are addressing this time. From 1st of January, we are completely cashless. So Mumbai Traffic Police is not going to accept cash anywhere in the field. we've started with this CCTV Chalan, ticketing for traffic violation based on what is seen on the CCTV. Recently, Maharashtra government installed almost 4,700 plus cameras across the city for the surveillance, and we are using those cameras to spot traffic violations. We capture those images and generate the electronic ticket immediately and send it across to the person on his mobile phone. This is the first time happening in the country. It's so instantaneous that sometimes the violator is standing at the junction ahead of the stop line and his mobile buzzes, tick, 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 and he's received the electronic ticket. So apart from that, now, as I said, we've withdrawn all the Pauti Pustaks, whatever used to be scribbled upon for violation of traffic law. So now they are given the smart gadgets on which they generate this electronic ticket with all the historical data. So if you have violated different sections of the traffic law, the Motor Vehicle Act, in the past, all the history would come through. That would mean increased fines, also resulting in suspension of those licenses. Mr. Gedam is responsible for that. We would be sending those proposals to him, and we can soon see certain suspensions based on repeat violations of this Motor Vehicle Act. So cashless, it's a big thing, not only for Mumbai, but it's a trendsetter for the whole country. Apart from that, we have taken certain measures to empower the citizens of Mumbai. Like Dino was just mentioning, he sees so many traffic violators when he drives himself. So now, instead of fuming, you can simply take the snaps through our app of Mumbai Traffic Police. That is the MTP app. It's available on the Android as well as on the iOS. You simply take a couple of pictures through the app stating the kind of traffic violation that you observed, and just upload it to our server. We'll immediately go through that, verify its authenticity, and immediately generate an electronic ticket. So this is what we would want the citizens of Mumbai. It's an appeal to citizens of Mumbai to participate in this initiative. Police your own area. Be a force multiplier. Traffic police cannot reach each and every lane. And most of the times, traffic police is actually at the peak hours engaged more in regulation than enforcement of law. So if you happen to be nearby, seeing somebody on, say, triple seat or without helmet, or parking his vehicle in a no parking area or at a corner or wherever he is not supposed to park, double parking, you simply take a couple of pictures and send it to us. We'll generate an electronic ticket, and we've now procured new hydraulic cranes. They are again first time in the country. These hydraulic cranes are capable of towing away any of these high-end sedans or the SUVs. So earlier, owners of these vehicles, they used to feel that they are protected from this law because MTP doesn't have the capability to tow them away. But now, no. we are going to target this segment first. So 80 cranes across the city will definitely instill better discipline of parking, because we have roads, but most of them get used up because of haphazard parking, double parking, and standing thereafter. So we'll try to keep the main carriageways as free as possible for smoother movement of traffic. I'm sure through this road safety week and thereafter, this will definitely bring in a new era of better traffic discipline through not only cashless transactions and new hydraulic cranes, but more so because of empowering the citizens through our MTP app. Look forward to your cooperation, not only for this week, but for times to come, to create a better traffic culture in the city of Mumbai. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Bharambe.
Good morning. Firstly, thank you for having me here. I think this is a great platform put together for Traffic Safety Week, for traffic discipline. Like Dr. Gedam said and as Mr. Bharambe said, it's not only for 1 week. This is a week where everyone comes together to sort of put their knowledge and brainstorm over how proceedings can happen through the rest of the year, where people can actually follow rules and become more disciplined. The ideas which Mr. Bharambe just stated were fantastic, and I hope it actually happens. I just downloaded the app. I can only speak from my experience. I drive a lot in this city, and during the day I get angry a lot because there is no civic sense when it comes to driving. People are impatient, and I don't know where everyone's in a hurry to go. If you stop and just wait for even 5 seconds and let another person pass, or have that civic sense, I think traffic will be far better. But everyone seems to be in a hurry to get somewhere. I don't know where. Someone's going in a hurry. Secondly, yes, we have rules, sir. But unfortunately, everyone feels they can get away. So not many people follow those rules. The minute those rules are enforced and punishment is enforced, I think people will fear those rules and obey those rules. Like I said, I drive a lot. In the nights, I prefer driving because there's less traffic. Now that you've given us an opportunity to take pictures, you will have a lot of pictures from me, definitely, pointing out, because examples again from my experience, there are times when I stop at a red light and I see these rickshaw drivers going halfway into the signal, onto the junction, and waiting over there. How do you expect traffic to cross if they are way ahead of the zebra crossing? That is civic sense. Just simple stuff like that. There's a 2-lane road, but 4 lanes have been formed, and they want to cut in. Simple civic sense. Where is everyone in a hurry to go to? What do they want to achieve? If you wait for even 3 minutes, you will get to where you're going, and more safely. So like I said, if all these rules can be enforced and punishment is stricter, people will follow. There are times when even I've broken the rules because I thought, okay, I can get away. I'm driving in the city, I'm driving at 20 kilometers an hour. Why do I need to wear a seat belt? We all think that. But no, I've been caught and I've been fined. And ever since then, I've gotten to my car and thinking, yes, people are watching me also. And if I need to set an example, sometimes I get on my bike and I think, should I wear my helmet because I'm just going 2 minutes away? I think, no, let me not wear the helmet. And I've been caught and I've been fined, even though I'm a celebrity. I have been fined, and the police officers come and says, "Sir, aap sir?" And I say, okay, I'll pay the fine. But that's made me also realize that, I am somebody people actually look up to and follow me. So I follow the rules now too, and it's important that everybody needs to follow these rules, whoever you are, even if you're traveling for 2 minutes to some place, anything can happen. Wear a helmet, wear your seat belts, follow all the rules. So great initiative, and I hope everything is this whole digitization and cashless is great, because now you just can't get away with paying 100 rupees to a police officer. It will be fantastic if everybody follows the rules, and good luck. I hope I can drive without getting angry from here on. Thank you so much.
Yes, I hope we'll have less frustrated drivers on roads. But Pooja, coming to you, what are your initiatives? What are your views upon road safety?
Well, firstly, we should be happy the transport minister's transported
Yes.
himself.
Yes. Let's put our hands together and welcome Shri Divakar Raute, Honorable Transport, Car and Development Minister. May I request Mr. Sunil Vattu to kindly felicitate sir with a bouquet of flowers? Very warm welcome, sir. Pooja, over to you.
All right. Okay. Firstly, hello everybody, and thank you for being here, because I think the press, the media plays an extremely important role in sending out the message to the public. We can sit and brainstorm for all we want, but until you guys get the message out there, nothing will really change. Mr. Praveen had said that, unfortunately, the majority of accidents that do occur are avoidable. Now, this is something major for us to look at, because when you use the word avoidable, that means if measures are put in place, things can change. That's extremely important to note. We all know the rules, but we also know that people break the rules. People do break the rules. So how do we go about ensuring people don't break the rules? Firstly, let them know what the rules are. Secondly, as Dino said, put such strong measures and punishments in place that people are scared to break the rules and the laws. And most importantly, we should also ensure that the person who is confronting the errant person isn't corruptible, that with 100 rupees, the person gets away with that particular crime. That's equally important. It works both ends of the spectrum. And I think that's something that also needs to be taken note of. When people feel they can get away with something, they will. And coming from 20 years ago, from personal experience, I can say that drunk driving really wasn't a very big deal back then. Everybody used to drink and drive. And it was just normal for everybody to drink and drive. Recently, we've had celebrity cases where things have been, put out there by the media, storms have been generated, and rightfully so, and a lot of awareness has been brought about on drinking and driving. The fines that have been put in place have deterred people. The press outrage, the public outrage has deterred people. I see at the end of the day that people today don't drink and drive. There are these wonderful groups like Party Hard Drivers and Aapka Driver, etc., which are doing fantastically, because people are becoming more and more responsible, saying, even if my driver can't make it, I'm going to hire another driver. Or they have a designated driver amongst themselves in friends groups who does not drink that particular day and becomes the designated driver. And these measures have been put in place, A, because of awareness, B, because of strict policing on the same measures. I think it's extremely important for us as people and a society to actually rally together when wonderful apps like this have been put out there, apps that empower us to make that change. There's only so much a policeman can do. There's so much we as people can do. You, me, all of us sitting here. You see an offense, report it. It takes 2 minutes to pull out your camera, to record something and send it out there so they can do their job more effectively. You can be part of the process in every possible way. Each one of us can be part of that process. I think this cashless system, electronic surveillance systems, making people accountable for their actions and inactions, I think it's a wonderful way to start a new era, I would say. Let's all join hands. Let's all do this together, because as Praveen said in the very beginning, this is avoidable, and we can actually join hands and make sure that road safety becomes something of great importance to all of us. Thank you.
I thanks Times Group first of all to holding such a road safety program at least, not a conference. For the awareness as far as the Mumbai city is concerned. And this road safety is not only for the Mumbai, it is for all the country, all over the country, especially for Maharashtra. I said especially for Maharashtra because the road accident, and unfortunately, in road accident, as far as deaths are concerned, we stood number 2. Maharashtra is proud of so many things. But this is the only road traffic where we cannot say ourselves as a proud. When I say such thing as a minister, the head of this department, and the president of road safety, I always feel myself guilty. I don't know how to control on the road the people who met with an accident. Is the system creating? No. Is my authorities not looking after? Yes, they. But why the people are again and again making the same mistakes? Kiranji, whatever you were telling about the fine and all this thing, after reading this today's program in the Times of India, they will discuss why road safety is important, how the people are misbehaving, why the people are not taking care of the rules and regulations and not they are hearing the traffic police and all they will discuss. But when he sits in the car and he goes on the road and he meets the signal, he is the first person to offer something to the traffic police and he forget what I have discussed in the morning. That attitude creates these problems. Day before yesterday, the central government has announced an new traffic penalties, I think. Penalties? Not fees. New traffic fees. Penalties coming. Yes, we are going to, we have increased the penalty. Initially, yesterday, day before yesterday, the fees has increased by the central government. And yesterday there was hue and cry and there are so many agitations announced against this fee increase of fees. These fees are scheduled in 1979. Now I can say, except me, might be Bharambe. Nobody might have born even. The fee were decided in 1979 when car was, price of the car, Ambassador was 2 lakh rupees. And that is the highest, Mercedes was not more than 10 to 15 lakhs rupees. Now it is multi-purpose range from 70 lakhs to 1.5 crores. People don't mind to pay that huge amount for the purchase of the car, but they cry for 800 rupees increase in the fees. My rickshaw people yesterday have come to our commissioner's office. What for? Their fees has been increased from 100 rupees to 500 rupees. When rickshaw were available for 18,000 rupees, the same fee was there. When rickshaw was available for 36,000, the same fee was there. And this now presently the rickshaws cost is 1,75,000. The fee was same. The petrol price, as I remember, in 1979, it was not more than 10 rupees. Now it is 80 rupees. Diesel price is 70 rupees. They don't mind to pay that. 400 rupees increase in the once in a life and once for all, they make an agitation. That is the attitude creates the road safety problem. Whatever government come forward with any steps, I have to oppose. That's the mentality creates the problem of the road safety. Madam, it is very crucial time for your department. Because all these newspapers, including Times, they are already, I will say, broadcast, not printed and announced, they are broadcasted. The haftas which is being taken on the road. Whether it is true or not, that court will decide. But at this moment, whosoever drives on the car, when he look at our staff, he calculates that amount in the mind. This is the society. This is the social approach. And that is the thinking of the so-called learned people. I say learned people. So I'm very much, it gives me pain when we have succeeded in decreasing the accident, if I mistake not. Compared to last year, accidents are less than last year. Much more less. But deaths are more. Who goes on the Eastern Express, Pune-Mumbai highway? The all elite class drive on the road. Common people, they drive in the bus, ST bus, ST or so, public whoever. Who dies? For what? They cannot able to control the speed and they die. The maximum death occurred on all highways. All over the country. Last year, in India, all over the countries, the deaths for the deaths again had come to 1,63,000. Amongst that, we are Tamil Nadu is first, and number 2 is Maharashtra, that is 13,000. Why people lose their life? For what? We have lost good artists also on the Mumbai-Pune highway. But that, whatever we have lost the artists, when I have gone through that accident, it is not for the speed, it is for the night riding between 2 to 3, midnight, when there was the time to sleep. The driver was having a sleep. I think now I have come across one decision to have our own Maharashtra Road Safety Policy Act, our own. And it will be placed before this coming assembly, in March assembly. Because we are having the entire, for the country, there is a Motor Vehicle Act, Central Motor Vehicle Act, which we follow. But there are some, what I feel that we must have some correction in the act. At the state level, what is our requirement, the state requirement, that we are going to amend. Fine should be such, Bediji, that people should scared to break the traffic rule. That should be the fine. You have said now people don't drive with drunk and drive is less. No, it is not so. We have got record how many people we have already caught. Barambe can give you immediately. People don't bother. Their drinking may cause somebody's life. But ठीक I am proud of my traffic department, the way they are functioning this city. And I am proud because I have traveled all over the country, all the cities. But we are the best. as far as traffic control is concerned. And you know, from human to human, person to person, there are lacunas. There are people who are making mistakes. As far as my department is concerned, you know, it is known that which is the corrupt department where when people start running, there is a transport department also. But I am proud to be having my new commissioner. Unfortunately, since I have occupied the chair as a minister, I am trying to curb all these things. But unfortunately, I was not having the permanent commissioner. But now, I am having a good, talented commissioner with me. We are creating such a systems. People are not supposed to go to my RTO office. People are not supposed to go to any agent. Everything is online, including your renewation of license also. You have to pay online. You have to receive your reply online. You will get the permanent license and the prescribed day at prescribed time given to you. You will have not to wait more than 10 minutes in RTO office with anybody's intermediation. We are covering all these broker systems, the dalal systems. Because I was having a good commissioner who is working on this scheme. We have decided to start issuing the license to the student in college. And I think within on 15th or 14th, we are implementing this scheme from the Ruia College at Dadar. So these youngsters should not come to my RTO office for the license. Not I am providing service, good services, but when these youngsters come to RTO office, he is too young. He do not know what is the vyavarik circumstances around him. He goes to Dalal and there he learns that in future in my life, I will have to get Dalal everywhere I go. It starts from that license. So I have decided to give a license in college itself to the principal, so they need not come to my RTO office. And I am very happy to announce you that my commissioner has projecting this project all over Maharashtra, not in Mumbai only. We are starting this. And now all license and everything will be having that Aadhaar card. So we will get everything, whatever we get. Here I being a president of that committee, Road Safety Committee. This is the first in India that my Road Safety Committee has taken 4 meetings instead of 2 meetings. All of you were present, Bharambe Sahab. And we are trying to implement the maximum schemes, different schemes for the road safety together with all the concerned department together. Here I just remember when I saw the Kiran Bedi Sahab, when people listen more hero and heroines than any politician. So Bharambe has kept me away and he brought the beginning of road safety to Amitabh Bachchan. I'm happy. But I would rather say it clicked me or struck me. I don't know what to say. But each and every, not a politician, not a social worker, not the NGO, even not the officer. There are few officers who are very popular amongst the people. But any artist, any hero, any heroine, they decide to give one day or half day of the year, and my department can make them stand any of the main corner of the road to show this hand like this and that. It will give so popularity. Every day the press will cover all over the Maharashtra in the different city that this popular hero was not only involved in the road safety movement, but he has controlled the traffic, he has showed the traffic, because as you know, Bharambe, in any on the road, our staff is rather criticized. But any film, if he plays the same role, It is praise. So, this is what he can arrange like this. Even I will ask my transport commissioner, because he can talk to all over the Maharashtra state with all the heads. One hero should give half a day for a different city. He stands, every day the publicity will come and people will realize what is road safety. We must make the proper use of their popularity, and they will be happy to give such a time for some social job. And it is not a simple social job, it is not a popularity social job, it is a job to save the life in the futures of so many youngsters. Because unfortunately, whatever the death has occurred all over the country and in Maharashtra, the 35% death of 15 to 35 years youngsters, that is a loss of the country, that is a loss for the family. And we do concern with all these losses. So I just express, and thanks to the Times Group, this, through this, at least this serious message should go to all these people, all the readers, and to the society, that road safety is very important, not for the, in general, but in person also. The people who is driving is also, if made a mistake, he lose the life. And people walking on the road, if he come across some mistaken driving, he also lose the life. So walking is also should be careful, and driving should be also careful. Thanks for giving me this opportunity. Jai Hind, Jai Maharashtra.
Coming over to you, Shushmita, tell us what your input is, what your insights are about road safety.
Good afternoon, everybody. We at Olive Theory strongly support this initiative of road safety.
May I ask you to take the mic?
Sure. I would also like to emphasize the importance of women's safety, which needs to be taken very seriously, and request all the concerned authorities to ensure a safe India for every woman. We should also at our end support this initiative in any way that we can. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And now we open the floor for questions from the media. You may please ask specific questions to whoever you need. We'll come to you. You can raise your hand if you have any questions for any of our dignitaries and guests on the dais.
Mr. Divakar, I have a question, which is when you were speaking about giving licenses to college students in the colleges, how is that? Like, what is the criteria for ensuring that they should get that license, that they know how to drive? So, I mean, to just give a license to a kid who may not know how to drive, how do you know they even know how to drive? How do you implement that procedure?
So there are two steps of getting licenses: learning license and driving license, driving or a permanent license. So the first, somebody applies for learning license, he has to give exam, and the rules mandate that he has to score minimum 60% in that exam. Our experience shows that up to 25 to 30% they fail in their first attempt. So it's not that somebody walks in and he gets the license so easily. He has to give that exam. It's now it's taken on computers, and randomly selected questions are thrown onto the screen which he has to answer. So everybody has to prepare something before he appears for learning license. As far as permanent license is concerned, the driving license, actual driving skills are tested on the track, and there also the passing percentage is around 70%. So he has to come afterwards, after a gap of say 1 month or so, one who is failing in that exam. And I like add one more point here. In Pune city, we have started this driving skill is tested by computer. It's not simulator. The actual the applicant actually drives on the track, and there are cameras installed who are they feed their video footage into the relevant software, and the software decides whether he is fit enough to drive or not. And we are planning to have this system at all 50 offices in Maharashtra, including 4 offices in Mumbai.
Right. My point was not about the offices or the procedure. Like when you say colleges, we're going to and go give licenses in colleges.
They will
How
also
is
have
that?
to appear for exam. We will be taking their exam in the colleges.
Yeah, because the idea was we're going to get rid of the dalals in the middle.
Yeah.
So technically, to go to a learning school, you'll have to go to a Tejani Motor School or whatever, and they are the ones who facilitate the process of filling in the forms and filling in everything and helping you anyway. So then, how is it so simple that you escape the entire process by just getting a license in college? I'm not clear on that.
See, there are 2 issues. Going to colleges or any other place for that matter. In rural districts, we go to taluka places. We have now a software which gives appointment like you do in case of getting visa or passport. So the time slots are fixed, the person who is coming is fixed, the time is communicated to him on his mobile. So he comes on a fixed place at a fixed time. So and the issue is whether his knowledge is tested or not, that I was talking about. I was initially thinking you are asking about whether he is really fit enough to drive. That part we are going to check by taking his examination or test. And as far as this dalal or touts they are concerned, we want to have completely digital interface and no human interface. The process has already started, but you can understand the systems are so complicated. We have the database of around 3 crore drivers and 3 crore vehicles. We have to digitize it, scan it, and integrate it. But it has already started in 4 or 5 districts.
Thank you so much. Before we move towards the Q&A, thank you, Dino, for being here. He has to leave for a prior commitment. Thank you for sparing that time with us and being here for the initiative. Let's give him a good farewell, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much, Dino Moria.
Thank you everyone.
Thank you so much. So, we are over to you. Yes, we have a question.
ट्रांसपोर्ट मिनिस्टर दिवाकर जी से और मिलिंद जी, आप दोनों से मेरा सवाल है। आपने सेफ्टी की बात की, जो लॉन्ग रूट होता है वहाँ पे सीसीटीवी नहीं है, और जो आपने कहा कि अगर डबल पार्किंग है तो यहाँ पे पार्किंग की फैसिलिटीज़ नहीं है। अगर फ़ोटोज़ क्लिक करके हम भेज भी रहे हैं, आप उन्हें पनिश कर रहे हो, बट वहाँ पे पार्किंग एरियाज़ नहीं दिए हुए। पार्किंग एरियाज़ रहेंगे तो ये प्रॉब्लम्स नहीं होंगी, ट्रैफिक्स नहीं होंगे। सड़कों की बात करें तो हर जगह गड्ढे मिलते हैं, तो क्या कहेंगे इस पर? आप दोनों से जानना चाहेंगे हम।
I am Joint Commissioner of Police Traffic for Mumbai City, so I'll confine myself to Mumbai City. Firstly, there are no long stretches of road जहाँ पर CCTV नहीं है. The whole Mumbai City is covered by more than 4,700 cameras. Secondly, about the parking issue, yes, there are parking issues. But there are certain stretches on the roads जहाँ पर parking is not allowed. There are no parking signages. जहाँ पर parking करने से it is going to cause commotion. So those are prohibited areas जहाँ पर parking नहीं होनी चाहिए. But on-street parking is norm of life. अभी since we don't have off-street parking, so on-street parking ही होती है. But then there has to be some sense how to park a vehicle. Whether to go perpendicular or parallel park. Perpendicular parking is a menace in the city. They have to go parallel along the footpath. That has to be parked properly in the offset. It should not cause obstruction to the main carriageway. So that's how that would be defined, and especially not at the corners, not at places where defined to be no parking. So if they are parked there, then they are obviously liable to be towed away.
जी मिलिंद जी, मेरा आपसे सवाल है। अभी पूजा जी ने हमें थैंक्स किया मीडिया को कि हम आते हैं, कवर करते हैं और लोगों तक आपकी बात पहुंचाते हैं। कल एक इवेंट हुआ था जिसमें शाहरुख खान और पूनम महाजन दोनों आए थे। उनकी सिक्योरिटी के सारे इंतजाम थे, पुलिस वहाँ पे थी, लेकिन वहीं पे मीडिया पर्सन्स को धक्का मारा गया, उनके कैमरास टूटे, रिपोर्टर्स, कैमरामैन, हर किसी को चोट आई। जो बैरिकेड्स लगे थे वो भी टूटे, लेकिन हमारी सेफ्टी का कोई इंतज़ाम नहीं। अगर सेलिब्रिटी की सिक्योरिटी देखते तो हमारी भी सिक्योरिटी होनी चाहिए, बिकॉज हम ही मैसेज पहुँचाते हैं। तो ये कब तक होगा? हम ऐसे ही धक्के खाते रहेंगे?
I guess I'll certainly take your point and communicate to the right authority who is dealing with that.
Thank you. Do we have any other questions?
मिलिंद सर, आपसे सवाल है मेरा। आपने जो भी बात की, कल जो शाहरुख का इवेंट हुआ था उसमें सिर्फ मीडिया को परेशानी हुई इसकी बात नहीं है। बेसिकली वहाँ पर फ्लाईओवर के ऊपर इवेंट था, वो वहाँ पे इनॉग्रेशन था, और जो नो पार्किंग एरिया था फ्लाईओवर के ऊपर कार्स पार्क की गई थी और पूरा रोड जाम हो गया था। ट्रैफिक पुलिस वहाँ पर थी, पुलिस वहाँ पे थी, गार्ड्स थे, लेकिन किसी ने कंट्रोल नहीं किया। मतलब बहुत सारी पब्लिक थी। आई डोंट नो कि मे बी 200-300-500 पीपल वर देयर। तो इस तरह से अगर सेलिब्रिटी होते हैं या फिर कोई कल्चरल कुछ ऐसा इवेंट होता है तो ट्रैफिक पुलिस नहीं कर पाती उन्हें कंट्रोल, तो उसके लिए क्या आप करेंगे?
It's a joint effort with the police station staff and the traffic staff. क्योंकि traffic strength is very minimal, having 3,000 people across the city, that too in shift, so not more than 1,000 people are available for the whole city. So traffic constables managing the crowd is quite a challenging situation. Here most of that work is taken over by the police station guys. But if there are any shortcomings in that event, we'll certainly look into that. Thank you.
Thank you.
And one more thing, what is the liaison between the BMC, for example, the Planning Commission and the traffic police? Is there a good network between these departments? Because say for example in Juhu right now there are these 4 5-star hotels coming up in that horizon where Novotel, etc. I think there are 3 big hotels coming up there. Now there'll be huge jams, huge parking issues. The roads are small, as it is, it's hard to navigate. Now when these 3 big ones come up with shopping malls, etc., etc., do you insist that there have to be parking in measure? Because say for example at Sea Princess there's a nightclub called Trilogy. It's run by my cousins. They own it, and the biggest issue is that there's no parking. And what happens is, as a result of that, who gets inconvenienced? The customer, the consumers get inconvenienced, because it's not their fault there's no parking. It's not Trilogy's fault that there's no parking. But there should have been facilities made available by the necessary departments to ensure that whenever there's a 5-star hotel or shopping mall, that there are adequate parking facilities in place. Because one should not exist without the other. So is there a good tandem between developers
actually,
and police?
this planning authority is mainly with the MCGM, and certain projects are taken over by MMRDA. MCGM works on the simple principle of DC rules, the development control rules. Now, what Sea Princess you're talking of is a very old establishment, and the DC rules existing at that time, parkings are provided as per vehicle availability at that time. Now, too much of water has flown over, and almost every person coming to Triology and Sea Princess is owning a car. Now, obviously, those many car parks are definitely not available there. And that's where we are really looking up to this metro and other public transport systems, wherein we could facilitate movement of even the middle class and the upper middle class to use these public transports and reduce the number of vehicles on the street. So I guess with coming times, coming times means, to be precise, 3 to 4 years down the line, when the metros are functional, hundreds of kilometers, 100 plus kilometers, we can definitely see a certain change, a certain shift from car users to the public transport users. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Do we have any more questions from the media? While we take these pictures, we would definitely like to thank our partners, MAP Infrastructure Developers Limited, OliveTheory.com, HDFC Ergo General Insurance, Victorinox, Mumbai Traffic Department, BBC Top Gear Magazine India. Without their support and help, this event wouldn't have been possible.